And get some stuff set up real quick. Some music going, as well as making sure this is working properly. Some yep, okay. Let's see, music. Just gonna hope I don't get copyright striked. I mean, this video's on YouTube I'm getting the music from, so it's probably fine.
Tap the Get It Fast filter, and you'll be shown options available for quick shipping. This is great.
Stop it. Stop it. YouTube ads, am I right?
Everybody's
okay.
Bobby Flay and
there we go. Some nice chill music in the background. Okay, so right now, I'm currently, just because I felt like it, I went to the arcade. I went to the arcade a couple weeks ago and played some old arcade games, and out of all of them, one of my favorites was Asteroids, so I was like, I should remake that, just, you know, for fun. I think it'd be interesting, and it has been. Let's see here. Just pulled up. Okay. So right now where I'm at, currently, is I have Asteroids. Well, obviously. When I shoot them, they split into multiple, and those will split into smaller ones, and they get faster. And the going off the screen works properly too, which is dope. Right now, one thing I need to fix is, it's subtle, but you'll notice this one down here, for instance, the thickness of it is different from the thickness of, for instance, this one I'm pointing at right now. That's because, in this asteroid spawner here, right, I have these different prefabs to spawn different types of asteroids that I've created, right? And now, my problem is that, in type 1 here, and I'm going to do this for all of them so it can spawn any different type, I just copied the ones from type 2 and type 3, which are smaller, and then I sized them up. The problem with sizing them up like that is that it increases the thickness. So I need to remake this basically with the same thickness in here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is copy this, and unfortunately this will be a little tedious, but, you know, that's why I have music. Whoa. Wait, that's fine, yes. Square. So this is the thickness they need to be, and right now it's at this thickness, so that's not good. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is darken these, just for temporarily, so I can see them. And we're going to go ahead and just line these up properly. And so, again, not the most exciting thing right now, which I like that the first time I stream this, it's doing a tedious task, but, you know, it's just part of the process. So, oh, I love this song. Turn this up a little bit. And so, we shall embrace the process and get through it. And so I'll probably be a bit quiet here, but when we get into more coding and stuff, it'll be more interesting. But for now, we're just vibing. And for anyone who joins in, puts the stream on in the background to vibe with me, I greatly appreciate it. Doesn't have to be perfect, just good enough. Which is why I'm not worrying too much about how things snap and stuff. Getting them lined up as well as I can without spending too much time on each lineup. And so once I'm done with this, my goal afterwards will be to go ahead and give the player lives, because they don't have lives right now. And then after that, actually make some difficulty scaling. And then after that, we're going to go into making things look really nice. Because I have a certain visual style I'm wanting to go for with this. because one thing I noticed in the arcade is that the actual pixels, like, on the screen, like where the bullet was, would light up really bright, and I thought that would be really cool to replicate, and I have some ideas of how to do that. I also need to create, like, the explosion effects for when the asteroids get kerplowed, which is going to be fun to do. But I guess if anything, you know, right now this tedious task is a break from all the more complicated stuff I've been doing for this. Which is interesting, you know, a simple game like Asteroids, while having simple concept, there were some things that were, like, you know, a bit more difficult or interesting to program, like, for instance, the asteroid splitting into multiple asteroids, and then basically what I did is when they split up into multiple asteroids, they have, basically, the speed will be multiplied by something, because obviously the smaller asteroids, like, in the game are always faster than the bigger ones, but it's randomized what their speed will be multiplied into, and so that was quite interesting to do, and quite fun. And also the randomly spawning asteroids, and making sure that when they randomly spawn in, they can't spawn on the player was also quite fun to do. And I used a formula for that I figured out. Similar to something I did in the past, which was when I made, like, a cookie clicker ripoff without a game engine. I did a similar thing for that because, you know, there was the circle in the middle of the screen to click on, and then the, ooh, another good song. From Interstellar, actually. And then basically there could be other smaller circles that spawned outside of that, but I can't have those smaller circles spawning on the bigger circle that you're clicking on in the middle, right? So what you have at first at a basic level is you have these XY coordinates, like on a 2D plane, and you're specifying, hey, you can spawn in between these amounts, except for where the circle is. So how do you do that? Well, you don't create a circle that it can't spawn in, but you actually create a square in the middle that you can't spawn in by using some simple logic to just be like, in a do-while loop, like, hey, you're not done until the X value is not within this range, essentially, which is the safety range in this game, where stuff can't spawn in the middle of the screen. I can specify that range myself. It's funny, too, I represent that range in the scene, too. I'll actually show you. That range is represented by this circle here in this gizmos, but it's not a circle. It's actually a big square, so it would be something like this. Just because simply it was easier to draw a circle to the screen in the gizmos, but yeah, that's why I did that way. It's not accurate though. What is happening there? Oh, it's just some of the... Well, that's interesting. I mean, as long as the top one I'm working on is visible, I suppose. Actually, we can go ahead and delete the white in the ones we've done so far. Such a beautiful song. Did I do it on this one? I did. Okay. So you can see what I mean by having to cut down the thickness of these because they're not accurate to what it actually is. Just to give it some more consistency, because it's a small thing, but visually when you're actually playing it, it does look a little weird. But the sooner I get this done, the sooner I can get to fun things. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just good enough. Right, like there's going to be a little sticking out there, but you can barely notice it. And, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, fully zoomed out, right? This is what it'll look like in the player's view. They're not going to notice. So why would I spend ludicrous amounts of times trying to line it up properly? And it doesn't even have to line up exactly right with these white ones either. If anything, it'll give it more, I guess, feel more natural because things will be slightly different. But again, the player won't even notice that anyway, so... It's a mute point. Wasting time on that. About this angle, probably. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Wait, this feels Oh, no, it's not. I'm just going crazy. I was gonna say it feels a little too big. It's nice. It's actually kind of nice not having to be so precise with lining these up, because it just genuinely doesn't matter. I'm so used to in Unity having to snap things perfectly together, but in this case, there's just no need to worry about it. Wow, that actually lined up exactly. Wow, that went way too well. I'm suspicious at how well that went. Go ahead and remove these, and then we just have one more to do. And then we'll be done with this one, and then we just have one more to do for these bigger ones. I want the smaller ones to be random too, but I'm not going to do this right now, because again, that's going to be more of this, which is tedious. Instead, once I finish this and then this other one here doing the same thing, I think I'm going to go ahead and get into the scripting for the player lives, which is very easy. Out of everything I've done for this already, that's going to be one of the easier things. What's going to be a little bit harder, though, is the difficulty scaling, but it will be fun. Right? Like, how does the game get harder as time progresses? And so, we're going to be writing a script for that. Oh, and also keeping track of the score. That's right, we need a script for that too, of course. Doesn't need to be perfect, but I'd like it to be a little more accurate. That's good enough. Bring this up here. There we go, good enough. Alright, so now we have this. I'm going to drag all of these under GFX, and we're going to make them all white. Now, this is proper. So now, you'll see if I click on this one over here, see how thick these are compared to this? This is the problem. So, we're going to go ahead, we're going to grab this one, we're going to copy it, go and do this prefab, once again paste it, and now we're doing the same thing here, but these are even thicker because it came from an even smaller asteroid. If I was smart, I would have created all these the same size, and then scaled them down, but, you know, I wasn't thinking of that at the time. So, you live, you learn, I guess. You live, you learn. And it is a bit weirder trying to get this somewhat accurate to the more accurate to the shape because of how thick these are, but it's, again, doesn't need to be perfect, and it's not too difficult. Main thing is making sure there's no, like, obvious mislineups. That looks fine. I mean, if I can't see any from that distance, I definitely won't be able to see any from, you know, this distance. So, that is the good news. This song's pretty too. I wonder what this one's from. I just have a random playlist on from YouTube. I usually do it when do these types of playlists of more classical music when I'm either doing math or this type of stuff, game design. It's just very calming. Almost gets you into this zone. Me into this type of zone. Just makes me more, feel like it makes me more efficient anyway. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. It's from Shrek. I don't know why I said that anyway. So yeah, I think I'll do lives first, because that'll be relatively quick to program. And visually we'll just represent it with some placeholders like I'm doing for the ship. Which these were originally just going to be placeholders as well, but I mean, I can recreate the asteroids perfectly in Unity just by using the general shape, so I see no reason to have these be placeholders. They can just be the finalized versions. I'm thinking of, obviously, I want to add on some mechanics. You know, I don't want to just recreate asteroids for what it is, which is fine. That's originally what my plan was. But thinking about it now, I think it'd be fun to add some mechanics like boosters, like fire rate boosters and stuff like that, you know, or auto fire booster, just like random power-ups you can get from destroying the asteroids. I think that'd be fun. And then like the smaller types of asteroids, which are harder to destroy, it's more likely they'll drop power-ups, you know, stuff like that. That I think would just spice it up a bit, you know, make it more replayable. Add some fun random chance into it. It is interesting because I feel like, you know, Asteroids is a lot of skill, but there also is some luck to it as I've been recreating this. And I feel like I've actually gotten the feel of it quite accurate, like the movement. I think the momentum of the asteroids may need a little adjusting, and that's just going to be, you know, watching videos of people playing Asteroids and then playing this. I may even go to the arcade again and play Asteroids myself, just to see how it feels, and try to get the player movement even more accurate, because you can look at how the player moves and get a lot from that, but it's different when you actually play it and feel the responses yourself, you know? Because Asteroids has a certain glidey feel to it, if that makes sense, you know? Which is what I've been trying to replicate, and I've been told it is replicated quite well, so, by people that have playtested it, and by that I mean one person, but besides me. Almost done with this. So yeah, right now, it's randomized what the big asteroids look like between these three, but the small ones are not randomized yet, which is what I still need to add, which I just don't want to do right now, because it's kind of tedious. The tedious stuff like this are for when I need breaks, really, from the, the programming and stuff, which, honestly, I didn't need this break. I'm just doing it because it genuinely really bothers me playtesting when these are thicker. I don't like it, so I am fixing it. It's a very small thing that some people may not even notice, but I notice it because I'm the creator of this, and in reality, I'm not really creating this for anyone. I'm creating this for me as just for fun, so I want me to like it, you know? And this will be up on itch.io when I finish it. I'll build it out. I may even, for fun, if I can get the controls working on mobile, this could be a mobile game, so, because, you know, why not? I'm thinking I'll just name the game Space Rocks, you know, so it's not a super obvious, at least in the name, not a ripoff. I don't even think I could name if it would be legal to name it Asteroids. But who knows? That's good enough, they won't notice that. Ah, there we go. This will be the last one. Oh my gosh, if I can get it to rotate. There we go. What about here? Oh wow, that lined up like perfectly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Upsies. Should line up quite nicely. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to delete all the white ones and then turn these to white as well. Dragging them under. Okay, so that should be fixed now. Oh, one thing I forgot to do. I need to do this for both of these. This is very important. The collider, yeah, see, they're not quite, it's not quite matched up because it was thicker before. So we're just going to do this. So that way I don't get people complaining, eh, your colliders are bullshit. I didn't actually hit that. Which reminds me, I need to change the collider for the player as well. Which is something I might as well do now while I'm messing with colliders. We'll just put a polygon collider on the player. Like we did here. And adjust it accordingly. Or actually, there's no point really doing that right now because we don't have the finalized player shape. Because it's just a placeholder right now for the player, because I'm going to change the player graphics, so I actually won't do that yet. There we go, that's that fixed. Now we'll definitely need to do it for this. Look at that. Oh, there's another point hidden in there. Don't really need that point, but it is there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now when we play the game, everything should look proper. How I want it to. There we go. Perfect. Guess we'll play around with it, see if we can beat it. The trick with Asteroids is not letting too many smaller ones build up. Oh, I'm dead. Yep. Oh, one more time, one more time. Okay. So now we gotta be careful. Oh, shit. Ooh! Okay, hold on, one more time, one more. Trust. It's the last one. It's fine. I also don't know, I need to get the fire rate correct, too. This may be too fast of a fire rate. Nice. Okay, so we gotta bonk, shoot the small ones. So I think that's all the tinier ones. So now we can break another big one. And we want to try to get those tinier ones as well. Nice. There's one tiny one from that group left. Now. Okay, that was not right. Uh-oh. I don't know where the tiny one is. Did I... Oh, it's up there. Bonk. There we go. Alright, we just got some big ones left. So you'll actually see what happens here, too. The outer zones need to be adjusted a bit, so that way they can't... Oh, shit, I was not paying attention. It's fine. I'm alive. So yeah, basically when you finish it now, just nothing happens, because there's no progression or anything yet. So we actually need to add that. And we need to add lives. And maybe we'll do that first, actually. Let's actually add progression, so this goes infinitely until you die. So first off, the first step to doing this, right? We need a way to know when this spawns in how many asteroids there are, so how many we need to destroy, right? Now, if you think about this, right? When I break one of these, 2 spawn out of it. When I break one of those, 2 spawn out of that. Now, here's the thing. So that means we can multiply each one of these by 4, right? So that's 4 asteroids for... No, that's 5 asteroids for every one of these, right? The problem with that is I actually don't know if that's accurate, so let's actually watch some gameplay of Asteroids real quick. And I don't remember, like, is it always 2 that breaks out of it, or is it randomized, right? So, Asteroids gameplay. I know I spelled Asteroids wrong. Gameplay. Sure.
Building a beautiful and functional interface for any app
I don't care.
requires UI controls like grid.
18-minute gameplay. Alright. God, I want to mute it. Hold on, go back. I can't even see the player. What's going on? Are they playing as the alien ship? I'm actually going to slow this down, too. So that way I can see exactly what's happening. Oh wow, my teleports are actually... I think they are playing as the alien ship? I mean, whatever. What matters is we watch the ones that are splitting. Okay. Splits into 2. Splits into 2. Okay, this is when the actual player is going. Alright, here we go. Two. Okay. Those bullets are tiny too. I need to make mine smaller. I can barely see them. It's interesting too. When they split off. I do have some random splitting I can specify too in the direction that they split in. Because you'll see here... Actually, mine seems pretty accurate. They stay in the general direction and then... But yeah, it is 2, 2, 2. So that's good. And they do split off in random ones. So you'll see actually when I split my asteroids here that Let's see. Let's do this one. Oh, see, those two are really close to each other, right? But they can split off in different directions as well. See, like those two did there. But I kind of want that to happen more, and I don't want them to spawn that close to each other. See how close those are? Like, when in terms of, like, I don't know. So that's something I'd like to work on, and that'll just be when I go into the fine-tuning stage of the game, really, because it's just value adjusting at that point. I mean, I already have the functionality there. See, those are just... That's a bit better, you know? Oh, shit. Yeah, see, those kind of split off in different directions. Yeah, see, something like that is what I would like to happen more. So, again, just value adjusting, fine-tuning things. Now, see, what you don't want to do in Asteroids is what I've done here, where there is a shit ton of them everywhere. You have to keep it under control, or else it just becomes very, very difficult. Fuck. Whoop. Oh, that was, yeah, see, that was the collider on the player being stupid. Anyway, so that's something we need to adjust. But here's the great thing, right? What we can do when we spawn in Asteroids, because it's random how many it spawns in. So it spawned in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big ones, right? Now for each of these, that's actually 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. The great thing about that is we can keep track of, okay, how many has it destroyed? We can, each time we destroy one of these, right, we can increase the score of how many we've destroyed by 1. And so then whatever it is, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, once that gets to 35, we know the stage is over, which is perfect. So we're going to go into our asteroid spawner here, right? So we're going to create a private, actually not private, we're going to create a public int, just that way it's accessible by other scripts. And we're going to call this, say, destroys needed. As in, destroys needed to complete the stage. That's not a great name for that, actually. Whatever. Yeah. Destroys needed. Now, in our spawn asteroids function right here, let's see, actually, no, here. In our spawn amount, we're getting a random.range between our minimum spawn amount and our max spawn amount. All we need to do in the start here is say the destroys needed equal the spawn amount multiplied by 5, right? So if the spawn amount was 4, so it spawned in 4 asteroids, it's just 4 times 5 for how many we're going to need to be, need to be destroyed. So perfect. Now, what we're going to want to do, let's actually put this, because we're going to be calling this function more, let's put these both just in our spawn asteroids function, right? So this changes each time we call it. Then all we have to do is call this function from other scripts and we start it again. So, just make sure this didn't break anything. If we look here, destroys needed. Okay. Okay, let's pause this for a sec. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Perfect. Destroys needed is 20. Awesome. Now, what we're going to do is, in my script, well, actually, where are we getting the collision for asteroids being destroyed? Is it in the pew-pew? Or is it on each individual? Okay, it's on each individual asteroid. That's okay. Make things a little bit weird, but it's alright. So, in our asteroid smaller, small, and normal. Let's go to our normal first off. Close this function here. Okay. Actually, let's just close that whole function. Okay, so when a projectile hits it, it's doing a lot of shit here for splitting off the asteroids first off, and this is adjusting these values right here, these random multipliers, for what direction it's going in. The bigger gap these have between them, basically, the difference in direction they'll split off, and speed. Now, what we're gonna want to do here is, whenever one of these is destroyed, we want to get a reference to our asteroid spawner script I'm gonna create a public int called destroyed. Now what we're going to want to do is in here we're gonna search the scene for the object, for this script, essentially. Where's the syntax for that? I know I do that somewhere. It would make sense if it was in the... There's a way to, like, do dot find object. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to Google it, unfortunately, but that's okay. Asteroid move. So, let's go to our lovely Google. Oops. And let's say how to search hierarchy for game object with tag. Not with tag, but with a script on it. But that works too. Can you... Resume browsing. Oh my god. Okay, sure. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, how to search... I just want the text. How to search... hierarchy for game object in Unity. I don't really want the tag. I'm just gonna do asteroid spawner in Unity, or asteroid spawner game spawner. Give me the no. Looks like I've looked at this one before. This is probably the answer. No. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Find objects of type. Find object. Here we go. I want to do game object find by name. Find game object by name. So, I think how we do this, I'm pretty sure, is what we'll do is we'll create asteroid spawner, which is this script's name, and we'll call this ASREF for asteroid spawner reference. It's going to equal game object dot find. It's a beautiful song too. Fuck. Please tell me the game object's not named. Okay, there we go. Now it's different. Asteroid spawner object. Asteroid spawner object. Yeah. Dot get component, because we're referencing a component on there, which is our asteroid spawner script. Asteroid
Dylan's
spawner.
always gives you savings.
I think we can all do this in one line of code. Shut up,
prices.
lady. I don't
and when
care.
you download the
Stop. Give me my music back. I think we can do all of this in one line of code, just like this, to get a reference. Yes! Awesome. Perfect. So, after we've gotten that reference, then we're going to do asteroid spawner dot destroyed plus. So it should increment it by 1. An object reference is required for non-static. Why can't I do that? Hold on. Why are you mad at me? An object reference is required for a non-static field. Well. There we go, okay. So, asteroid spawner destroyed, and then I think we can just do this. Yes. So, in our asteroid spawner script here, I want us to be able to see the... Okay. Yeah, well, that's annoying. I guess we just don't get what we want in life. So, destroys needed 30. So now what we're going to do, basically, is in this asteroid spawner, when this is greater... So in the void update, actually, we're going to say if destroyed is greater than or equal to destroys needed. I am being called. Hold on. Okay, I gotta wrap this up real quick, because I gotta go do something, but we'll finish it off with finishing this. So, if destroys needed is greater than or equal, if destroyed is greater than or equal to destroys needed, we're gonna call on the spawn asteroids function again. And we're gonna set our destroyed to equal 0 as well. So, if we go back in here, let's go ahead and set the max spawn amount to, like, hold on, 2 and then 1, because I want to wrap this up quickly and be able to see if this is working. So there's only 1. So when we destroy this one, it doesn't work. Amazing. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Destroys needed was 5. Oh, right. I have to put this. I'll have to put these 2 here on the other scripts as well for the asteroid. So, here. And then also on the smaller one. Ah! And then this should work. Let's see it. There we go. I'm so bad at this game. Oh, it's spawned in enough. Okay, well that was called way too soon. So obviously the math is off. Yeah, see, it did it. What the hell? Hold on. When I do this, it should be 5, correct? 1, 2. Oh, no, it's not 5. My math is way off. Hold on. 2, 1, 2, and 2. 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. Plus 2 plus 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's 7. It's times 7. I think. See if that's correct. My math was way off there. Okay. Okay, good. So when I destroy this last one, when I destroy, hey, it works, perfect. And right now I just have it spawning in 1, so then spawn them out. 2, 4 actually, and then max 8. So this works, hooray! And it will work with bigger ones amounts too. I have to go. Thank you for anyone who tuned in. Bye.